Good afternoon. We have a very nice March day. There's a very light snowfall today. It's just a powdery little bit of snow, a couple of centimeters on top of the hard crust. We are right now at the Barron Canyon Trail. We're going to hit the Barron Canyon Trail, which is about 1.5 kilometers. Then we're going to take a little trip further up the road and walk down into Achray. The road won't be plowed out, so I'm going to hike down into Achray, probably grab a meal there, maybe go along one of the trails or the rail line a little bit, and then hike back out. Right now the trail's just skirting the edge of the canyon walls, but I have a feeling it's going to be a fairly steep climb up here to get to the top and to the lookouts. As I thought, the pitch definitely gets much steeper, but it's a short walk up to the top, so we won't have to work too hard for too long. I hope the camera is able to capture this, but every time we get even the most gentle breath of a breeze, snow falls from the trees. The snow that's falling is it's not the hard packed type of snow. It's very powdery, and every time a little breath of breeze comes, leaves these beautiful streamers of snow coming down. Wow. Just wow. And from the first lookout, you can keep climbing, and there are several other points up here. Not sure if the camera shows just how breathtaking that is. It's actually a little dizzying. And I don't want to get off the trail because I don't know where the rocks end and where the bush starts. And there's always lots of woodpeckers in Algonquin Park, and it sure looks like they're working over these trees too. Way down below you can see the tracks of all the animals that have come down there. A little bit of a snow slide there. And I don't use the word majestic very often. That's one I save for something special. This is majestic. As I zoom in on this rock, there's an ice fall on it where the water's coming over and freezing. Really cool. That's on the other side of the river. The trail out's quite pretty as well. There's a nice drop off on the left-hand side as you go down. So one nice thing is that they offer trail guides, which note the lookouts and everything like that. And all you have to do to borrow one is to pop them right back in here on your way out. This last stretch coming back to the parking lot is hard packed, and it's got a couple of centimeters of snow on top of it, so it's really slippery. If you are coming in here in the wintertime and the snow conditions are like this, you want to have some ice spikes with you, or maybe even just throw your snowshoes on so that you got some grips. It's quite slippery.
That's why we call ourselves the new Petawawa Kia Superstore.
Locally owned and operated. Get value Pembroke and Petawawa.
All right, changing plans because I thought I knew of a cheater trail down to High Falls, but it didn't show up on the Algonquin map that I had. But I just saw the sign as I was driving by, so we're gonna skip Achray and we're gonna go down the cheater trail here. I have no idea how long it is, but we're gonna find out. Well, that's a pretty big old tree that's fallen under the over the trail here. Just high enough to get under pretty easy though. This is a really pretty trail through here. It runs along the edge of quite the ridge, and there's just enough flat area here before it goes down into the marshland below to have a nice, comfortable walking trail. The amount of snow that's displaced there, it's hard to tell whether those are deer or moose tracks, but that is not an easy climb. That is a very steep slope. Like I said, this is just a really pretty walking trail. And actually, I think the winter makes it even prettier. Boy, there is an awful lot of deadfall in the forests right now. And you don't want to be here when that one comes down. There's been just enough traffic up this trail that there's a packed walking area here. And again, today I'm carrying my snowshoes. Don't need them. If I decide to go off trail a little later, then I've got them. So we've made a bit of a turn to the southwest now on the trail, and we're going up a little bit after kind of paralleling the slope for the first, I don't know, couple of kilometers, maybe half hour or so. Trail's getting steeper as we climb up. Good test, but not too bad. I'm always fascinated by how the forest changes with just slight changes in elevation. That ridge had a ton of blowdown on it, but it was much more sparsely treed. And now as we go down, the forest gets heavier. Now, I've never traveled this trail before, but this looks like it might be the serious part of the climb here, where we actually turn and go up and over this ridge toward the falls. And we're now getting close to the destination. This is where the Cheater Trail connects with the Eastern Pines Trail. That heads up to Buchholz Lake, and this is headed for High Falls. Now, last year when I came down the Eastern Pines Trail, I didn't quite make it to High Falls because I had to hike in the entire Achray Road. So I'm really excited about being able to get all the way to the falls this year. So just alongside the trail here, looks like the woodpeckers and a bear had the same idea with that tree. The woodpeckers put holes in it, and the bears went chasing the bugs as well, digging in to the bark. That's old though, it's been there for a while. Looking out over the lake, and then over towards the drainage area into High Falls. Well, even the Cheater Trail is about an hour and 20 minutes to an hour and a half hike in. I was taking my time, took me about an hour and a half. Trail was a fairly easy walk. Lots of people seem to come down here, although once you get closer to the falls, it gets a little bit more sketchy, but I really didn't need the snowshoes till I got here. When you do arrive though, the trek is worth it. There is a path. Takes you down to the lower portion of the falls. It's going to be fun coming back up. Somebody's been busy in here. Gotta be pretty hardy to run these rapids and falls. So as beautiful as High Falls must be in the summertime, it is also gorgeous in the winter. We've just had a couple of centimeters of fresh powdery snow, and everything is just blanketed. It's really, really pretty in here. Well, I had mentioned the trip on the way back up. Might be a little bit of fun. But with a good pair of snowshoes, good ice grips on the bottom, no problem. Well, the roar has abated. I have overstayed my welcome. It's almost 5 o'clock. I need to get moving, even though the light has changed back to regular time and I've got the extra hour. It's about an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and 30 minutes to the car, so time to head out. One nice thing about going to a place called High Falls when you start at a low point is that you have to work hard on the way there, but you don't have to work quite as hard on the way back. Most of this is downhill, which is very nice. This bridge is a good illustration of how much snow's out here. There's about 3.5 feet of snow above this bridge. What a beautiful day. Two really gorgeous trails, the High Falls Trail and the Barron Canyon Trail. If you get an opportunity to come into Algonquin in the wintertime, do it. It's really spectacular and there's almost nobody here. It's really worthwhile. And that puts a wrap on a really nice day of hiking in Algonquin Park. The 1.5 kilometer Barron Canyon Trail and the High Falls Cheater Trail, which is probably about 5 or 6K if I'm guessing right here. Both lead to really spectacular scenery. They're really worth the trip into Algonquin in the wintertime. Until the next video, take care and enjoy the outdoors.